Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today in this tutorial, as I promised, I will teach you how you can crochet such cute cat's ears for your basket. If you don't know how to crochet such basket, then here in the corner of this video and in the description to this video, I will leave a link to my other video where I teach you how you can crochet such basket. So when you have finished your last row of your basket, then we start to crochet a ream with ears. So for that, first we have to join our last row. We slip our hook under the first stitch of the row, hook the working yarn, and then we push this loop through this one. Now we will insert the hook under these stitches. Here, here. So we insert it under the stitch, hook the yarn, and again we do the same. We push this loop through this one. Again. So we've made several stitches, and now we will start to crochet the first ear. For that, we have to get 5 loops on our hook. So first we insert our hook under the next stitch, hook the working yarn and take a loop. Now we have 2. So now again we insert our hook to the next, under the next stitch, again hook the working yarn and take a loop. 3. Now again to the next one. 4. And to the next one. 5. We have 5 loops on our hook. So now we hook the working yarn and push it through first 2 loops, only 2. Now we have only 4 loops. Again, we hook the working yarn and push it through 2 loops the same way. Now we have 3. And again we hook the working yarn, and now we push it through all the loops on the hook. We have started our first ear. Now we insert our hook to the third loop inside it, in the middle of it. Here, then hook the working yarn, take a loop. Now again we insert our hook, but to both loops at once, both 2 last loops. hook the working yarn and take a loop. Now we have 3 loops. Now we hook the working yarn and push it through first 2 loops on the hook. And again hook the yarn and push it through 2 loops on the hook. So our first ear is almost ready. So now here we have our ream that goes up on the ear, and that means we have to continue it from this side of the ear and then all the way around the basket. So to continue our ream, we find here a loop that we can use, this one. We slip our hook under this loop, hook the yarn, take a loop, and now we push this loop through this one as we did it before. Now again we find the next loop. It's here, this one. We slip our hook under this loop, hook the yarn, take a loop, and again we push this loop through this one. And now we insert our hook to the next stitch, under the next stitch, hook the yarn, take a loop, and again we push this loop through this one. So our first ear is ready. And then we continue our ream the same way as we did it here. And now we will start to crochet the second ear the same way. So first we have to get 5 loops on our hook. Two, we have already 2. To the next one, 3, 4, and 5. So now we hook the yarn and push it through first 2 loops on the hook. Then again hook the yarn, push it through 2 loops on the hook. Again, but now we push it through all loops on the hook. All 3 loops. Now again we insert our hook to the 3rd loop in the middle of it. Hook the yarn, take a loop, and then we insert our hook through both last loops. Hook the yarn, take a loop, and now we continue making our ream. Again, we find our first, like the first loop that we can use for that. Here, this one. Insert our hook, take a loop, and push it through this loop. And now again, the next loop is here. So we insert our hook under this loop, hook the yarn, and push this loop through this one. And now we insert our hook to the under the next stitch and push it through the loop on the hook. So we have finished the second ear. Now we continue crocheting our ream the same way. And it was our last stitch here. This was our first stitch. So we finish before the first stitch. So now we cut the yarn. We pull out this tip of the yarn like this. Now we have to finish the row. So we take our needle with a big eye, or you can use your hook if you don't have such needle, or if you like to use hook more. Now we will slip our needle under the first stitch of our ream like this. And now we will return our yarn to the same place from which it comes, from here. This is our working yarn now. So we will return our needle to this stitch, and this stitch is our last stitch of the ream. And at the same time we will push our needle through this stitch on the top. It's the last stitch in the last row of our basket. So we do like this, and through the middle of this stitch. And now we slip our hook under this stitch. That is the first stitch in the last row of our basket. And now again we will return our yarn to the same place from which it comes, from here. So this is our working yarn, so we return it to the same place. And now we only need to hide this tip of the yarn. We will do that the same way as you did it in the circle. We just hide it under the yarn in different directions. And now we just cut the rest of the yarn. Our cute cat's ears are ready. I hope you like this video. Please support me with your thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel not to miss my next tutorials. Thank you for watching and see you soon!